Are they bad for you? Can they help you lose weight? Let's explore. Hi there, and welcome to Gimme 2. My name is Mark, and in this video, we will discuss sugar substitutes in just 2 minutes. As with my other videos, if you're interested in going straight to the 2 minutes, which discusses different types of sugar substitutes and their characteristics, that is timestamped in the description. But if you stick around for a couple of minutes before that, I discuss some of the history associated with sugar substitutes and additional context that might be worth sticking around for. Just to clarify the term sugar substitutes, I would have said no-calorie or artificial sweeteners, but there are low-calorie and natural sweeteners that also fall into this category, so I figured this term is all-encompassing. Sweetness is found naturally in certain foods like fruits, berries, and certain vegetables. This taste is largely associated with carbohydrates, which is our body's preferred source of energy. As humanity transitioned from hunter-gatherers to an agricultural society, our food preferences have adapted, and we began enhancing the flavor of our foods with sources like table sugar, honey, or sugars extracted from other plants as sweeteners. Fast forward to more recent times where the food industry has really taken this to the next level. Sweeteners now play an essential role in food production, contributing not only to taste, but also to preservation and to the texture of our foods. With commercialization, however, came the overconsumption of sugar, with many people far exceeding their recommended carbohydrate servings. The ease of consuming sugars has contributed to a rise in health issues, such as obesity, which is associated with a number of health concerns, such as diabetes. This conundrum set the stage for the exploration of alternative sweeteners that could balance our desire for sweetness with the goal of maintaining a healthier diet. This journey began in 1879, when Konstantin Fallberg noticed a sweet taste on his hand while working with coal tar derivatives. Turns out he was tasting benzoic sulfamide, a substance he would later name saccharin and patent as a sweetener. In the 1960s, this was promoted as a dietary supplement due to its sweet properties with minimal calories, and branded as Sweet and Low. This opened the door for other no and low-calorie sweeteners, such as aspartame, developed in 1965, and sucralose in 1976. New substitutes continue to hit the market, with more recent and often more natural plant-based sweeteners, such as stevia or monk fruit, gaining popularity. As of 2024, the FDA has approved 8 no-calorie sugar substitutes, with the EU allowing even more. At about the time that these no-calorie sweeteners were hitting the scene, sugar alcohols, which usually occur naturally but provide fewer calories than sugar, were also beginning to be mass-developed. Also, like no-calorie sweeteners, new types of sugar alcohols have been introduced over time. Sugar substitutes certainly offer low-calorie alternatives to sugar, but they're not without controversy. While prior concerns about their carcinogenicity have been largely debunked, debates persist regarding their potential impact on gut health, effect on insulin production, and our hormonal balance influencing hunger. Some studies point to microbiome alterations in rats that have been exposed to these sweeteners, and a correlation between the use of no-calorie sweeteners and diabetes. Sugar substitute defenders argue that these studies may not reliably translate to humans, and highlight high exposure levels during those studies. They also highlight that the human studies were observational rather than experimental, and biased by sample populations of people who are already at high risk of diabetes, therefore cautioning against definitive conclusions. While studies continue on how these sweeteners interact with our health, it is widely accepted that overexposure to sweeteners, natural or artificial, especially with children, can contribute to the development of generally unhealthy dietary habits and dependencies on sugary foods and drinks. When reviewing the safety of these products, regulatory agencies, such as the FDA, employ essential metrics. These include the acceptable daily intake, representing the daily amount of a substance considered safe over a person's lifetime, and the no observed adverse effect level, the highest exposure level in studies where no adverse effects were observed. These metrics rigorously assess the safety of food additives, like sweeteners, and play crucial roles in determining conservative estimates and safety margins for consuming such additives. Now that we have a better understanding of how sugar substitutes came around and how they potentially interact and affect our health and our diets, let's talk about their characteristics in the 2 minutes. Before we do, however, if you find this video interesting, entertaining, or informative, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel, as well as commenting, sharing, and all of those good things. This allows you to stay up to date with other similarly styled videos on a variety of topics. It also really helps the channel grow and for videos like these to reach broader audiences. But for now, let's get back to sweeteners in the 2 minutes, starting now. Natural sugars, traditional staples in human diets, provide 4 calories per gram. To address modern concerns of overconsumption while maintaining sweetness, we've developed some substitutes. Sugar alcohols, or polyols, are chemically similar to sugar and alcohol, but have fewer calories, typically between 1.5 and 3 calories per gram. Examples include xylitol, erythritol, or other ingredients ending in OL. These are only partially digested, resulting in fewer calories being absorbed into the bloodstream, while still offering comparable sweetness. Sugar alcohols taste similar to sugar, are tooth-friendly, and have a low glycemic index, meaning they're slow to raise blood sugar levels. However, the unabsorbed portion is metabolized by gut bacteria in the large intestine. This can lead to bloating, discomfort, or more serious reactions, especially for individuals with IBS, Crohn's, or other digestive conditions. No-calorie sweeteners can be artificial or chemically altered, such as aspartame, sucralose, or saccharin, or natural, like stevia or monk fruit. Both options sweeten with next to no calories. These sweeteners are either not absorbed into the bloodstream, absorbed but not metabolized, passing straight through until excreted, or are both absorbed and metabolized, but only require a tiny amount due to their intense sweetness, resulting in negligible caloric consumption. No-calorie sweeteners offer sweetness without the calories. This can help manage weight or control blood sugar for conditions like diabetes. People do note off-putting or bitter aftertastes with no-calorie sweeteners relative to natural sugar. Also, as noted, there are potential health concerns, such as impacts on the gut microbiome or dependencies on sweetness. Therefore, research is ongoing to better understand their effects on our health. And that is the sugar substitute landscape. I hope you enjoyed that video. I learned a lot researching the properties and the history of these sweeteners, and I hope I was able to deliver that information clearly to you. While I know that there are plenty of opinions regarding whether these are legitimately healthy subs for sugar, I personally do use some artificial sweeteners, but I try not to abuse my intake. That said, there's a lot of information on sweeteners out there, so please don't over-rely on this video for practical advice on how you should go about your sweetener intake. I encourage you to do your own research if you're interested in the topic. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you in another video.